do a quick video and show you how to actually get a picture into a format that you can put on your radio. You can get pictures from anywhere. You can take it with your phone camera. You could take it with, download them from the internet. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that it's high enough resolution so that it will allow you to crop and change size, etc., without losing a lot of resolution. If you start with a small resolution, it doesn't come out nicely because all the cropping tools and reshaping kind of ruin the picture. So start with a large resolution. I found this picture on the internet. Make sure you have enough boundaries, especially on the left, on the right, because the pictures are kind of the radio format is kind of elongated pictures, so make sure you have enough so that you can crop it properly. Make sure it's high resolution. Background doesn't matter, but I found that if the background is uniform, like if it's all green or like a pavement like here, it's a lot easier to see the picture, especially if there's a better contrast. The tools also allow you to kind of crop the background and just leave the picture. So if it's uniform background, it works better. So I save this to my desktop. I have it here. It's called Ugly Stick Blue. You can see it's JPEG. You can use any format. Eventually we'll save it as PNG, so it doesn't matter what you start with. So if I do get info, you'll see that this picture is 1600 by 1200, so it's enough resolution that you can crop it and resize it without losing a lot of details, right? And you can see it's JPEG. Like I said, it doesn't matter what you start with as long as it's has enough resolution to start with. So I open this picture. Here it is. The first thing I do is crop. Actually, there's a nice thing in tools that says remove background. If your background is uniform, the tool, and sometimes it takes a few seconds to identify, but the tool sort of identifies the background, and as you can see, it kind of goes around and shows you what the limits are, what the boundaries are. And you can say remove background, and it will crop the background, just leave the picture, so you have like a quote-unquote transparent background on picture on the PNG. I won't do that. I usually don't, but you can play around with it if you want. What I just do first is do a rectangular selection, right? So the first thing I do is kind of crop the picture and make sure I have the right size picture. Now the cropping is important. What I do is I draw this rectangle and then I can kind of grab the edges. I'm going to do this like 1550 by, the height will be 930. So this is 950, 940. This is like 930, 931. It doesn't have to be accurate, roughly. I can grab the edges and I can move the rectangle and kind of position it nicely so it takes the entire picture. The ratio is important here, and let me show you why. The picture for a thumbnail for an airplane on the radio is I think is 192 width by 114 height. So that's around 1.68 ratio. So let's say 1.7. If I do, in this case, 1550 by 930, right? That gives me around 1.66 or 1.67 instead of 1.68. It doesn't have to be accurate as long as it's close, because once you start resizing, you might deform the picture if the ratio is off by a lot. If it's close like this, it's good enough. So position the rectangle and just go and do edit. I suggest doing a copy, right? So you don't ruin the original picture. And then go to file and then go to edit and then, no, where is it? Sorry, again, file and then new from clipboard. So take the picture, the rectangle that you copied, and create a new picture. Now you can see that this new picture is nicely cropped to the size that you wanted, which is 1550 by 930. So it has the right ratio. The next thing I do is go to Tools and do Adjust Size. See, there's a lock here. To change that lock, unclick the scale proportionally. See, the lock is now open. Make sure you have pixels selected, right? And now change the size. This should be 192 right, by 114. I'll send you a website that gives you all the sizes, but for an airplane thumbnail, it's 192 by 114. And this will resize everything to 192 by 114. And now you understand why I kept the ratio to about 166, 167, because I unlocked the scale proportionally. So now it will scale proportionally because I have the proportions correct. So I hit OK, and it makes the picture smaller. This is now 192 by 114. The first thing I need to do is do File and do Export. Wait for it to process for a second. And I will export as a PNG. Very important. Give it a file name. I'll call it stick. The file name has to be no more than 6 characters long, lowercase, and maybe numbers. I'm not sure. I always use just letters, lowercase letters, no more than 6. And I'll hit save. That's it. This picture is saved. I can close this. Now it'll probably ask me to save the other picture that was open. Hit cancel. Don't save the second one because remember, there's a bigger picture that's open in the background. So let's close all of these. No, don't save. And because I'm running a recording in the background. So here it is. This is the stick picture, and you can see that it is 50K in size. If I do a right click on this and do get info, you will see that it is 192 by 114, and you can see that it's a PNG image. This is it. You take this image file, you plop it on the images directory on your SD card on the radio. I don't have one connected, so I can't do it. And then when you select the right widget to show a thumbnail of the airplane, that file from the images folder will appear, and it will be called stick, and you select it, and every time you select the stick, that image will appear. Hope this helps. I'll send you a link to a website that will give you the picture sizes so you can work things out. Drop me an email if this doesn't work. Good luck.